Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here, and the Washington football team just beat the San Francisco 49ers 23-15, and the Washington football team is on a 4-game winning streak. Yes, the win was a little bit ugly, but a win is a win. In today's video, we're going to talk about the biggest takeaways and give out some game balls. So if you guys are new, subscribe for Washington and NFL content. So let's get right into the video. And yes, the end was not pretty, but we ended up winning the game, and we'll see what happened with Alex Smith if he is back for next game. But Dwayne Haskins got some playing time in. But the biggest storyline of today was, man, the defense played amazing. They allowed 15 points. They had 4 sacks and had 2 defensive touchdowns. Chase Young probably had his best game as a pro. Yeah, definitely had his best game as a pro. It's between this game and the Eagles game. He had 6 total tackles, 2 solo tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, 2 pass deflections, 2 QB hits, and a touchdown, plus the forced fumble and a fumble recovery. Just an absolute great game. An absolute great game by Chase Young, Montez Sweat, who we will get back to in a minute because he did have a critical penalty that could have cost us the game. But let's start on offense and then we'll move to defense. So, that first half, Alex Smith was not playing great, not, feeling comfortable, and we'll see. I'm interested to know, was he playing through that injury that whole time? Because it just seemed like he was not comfortable pretty much from the start or after the first couple of plays. So maybe that had something to do with Alex Smith, his performance. He also just doesn't start out well. And then Dwayne Haskins, I'll give him credit on that first drive he had. He did, lead us down the field. We got that field goal, but he did have a couple pretty costly plays. Terry McLaurin wide open down the middle, and he overthrows him, and it's almost an interception. And again, Dwayne Haskins on another drive actually had a pretty good throw to Steven Sims, and Steven Sims has to stop dropping the ball. That was a terrible drop by Steven Sims, and that would have gotten us into field goal range, and we would have gotten at least a field goal, maybe even more. So Haskins, not a great performance, but at least he did not turn the ball over. He got us some points, and you know what? He didn't get any preparation for the game. Like I said, didn't play great, but did enough to get the win. But the defense, again, helped us out a lot. They carried us to this win. J.D. McKissic, great game. 11 carries, 68 yards. I really wish they would have given them the ball a little bit more. I think 11 carries, not enough. I think you got to give them 12, 13 carries. I think they should have given them a little bit more in that third and fourth quarter, but maybe they were a little bit scared of ball security. Peyton Barber, 12 carries, 37 yards, 3.1 yards per carry, but he had some critical first down conversions. He got a couple yards, just a great job by Peyton Barber and J.D. McKissic today. We got 98 rushing yards today, but really we got 110, negative 12 yards from Dwayne Haskins. But that's because at the end of the game, we were kneeling the ball, and that was a little bit weird at the end of the game. On offense, receiving, we only had 108 yards passing. Logan Thomas, solid game, 6 catches, 43 yards. Man, Terry McLaurin, only 2 catches, 24 yards, but they did miss him a couple times, and, of course, we really weren't throwing the ball much at the end, really after the third quarter. McKissic had a couple catches, and that was so close. That wasn't a great spot, but it was hard to overturn it. McKissic had a great game today overall, and then Wright and Cam Sims both had a catch piece. They played okay, but now on to also Robert Foster. Man, him and Inman are just both bad. They had Inman on the inactive list, and I think it was because he didn't complete that block. Been playing really bad, and I think him not completing that block last week was the final straw. But Robert Foster, he kind of slowed down on a great ball by Alex Smith, which would have been, 40 plus yards, and then another one, he kind of dropped it. So not a great game by him. So now let's get into the good part. We won this game. We're in first place in the division. And our defense absolutely balled out. We allowed 15 points, and really, it should have been a lot less. I mean, the offense was just putting us in terrible positions, and we still only gave up 15 to a solid San Francisco 49ers team. Let's look at the stats. So John Bostic actually played a pretty good game. Not great in coverage, but 10 total tackles. Had a critical stop on third down. Cameron Curl, man, his tackling today was very good, and he did get that pick six. Very good play right there. Got that interception, QB hit. Great game by Cameron Curl. DeShazier Everett got hurt. Hopefully he's back, but Jeremy Reese had a nice pass deflection, so good game by him, and overall a great game in my opinion by the secondary. A couple, bad plays, but, for the most part, a really good, strong game by this secondary. Chase Young, again, I cannot say enough. I mean, what an insane game that he had. 6 tackles, I already said it, a sack, a tackle for loss, a forced fumble, a touchdown, and a fumble recovery. Sweat also had a good game. He had a sack, 2 tackles for a loss, but that roughing a passer was very costly, and it was 3rd and 10. It was an incomplete pass, and it was after he released it, and, Nick Mullins got hit by Montez Sweat. Would have been 4th and 10, and they ended up scoring a touchdown on that drive, so that was not good by Montez Sweat, but besides that, he had a great game. Daron Payne had a sack and a forced fumble. Great game by him and Jonathan Allen, 3 QB hits. Again, he's not showing up in the stat sheet necessarily, but he's playing really well, and I think he had a great game. Had like 2 times where he's so close to getting a sack, and yeah, I mean, everyone on the defense really played great. I can't really think about anyone that didn't have a great game. Another amazing day by Tress Way. He really helped us out. And Dustin Hopkins, 3 for 4, made a 51-yarder. And, you can blame him for that 53-yarder that he missed. Again, a 50-plus yarder is tough, and you have to think about it. The hold and the snap weren't that great. So I'll give him a pass on that. Decent game by him. But guys, we're 6-7. We already doubled our win total for this season. We have a good chance to make the playoffs. The Giants have a tough schedule. They play the Ravens and they do play the Browns. Those are 2 very games that I don't see them winning. And they play the Cowboys, who, aren't going to be the easiest out for them. So, and we play the Seahawks, Panthers, and Eagles, so we should be able to win 2 of those games, and that would get us to 8-8 on the season. Again, guys, even though it wasn't a pretty win, the offense, scored 3 field goals. We did enough to win this game, and, we overcame losing our starting quarterback, who, like I said, did not play great, but again, that's partly because of the injury. Dwayne Haskins came in there. I guess he did what he had to do, didn't turn the ball over, which is really the most important part, and did score us a field goal. But again, like I said last week, this defense is elite. Another outstanding performance by them. Cameron Curl, great game, got that pick. Chase Young got that touchdown as well. And man, we're stacking these wins. 4-game win streak, guys. The Giants lost, and the culture, guys, is changing. This is a very, very good win. And the 49ers are not a bad team. I mean, they've beat the Rams twice, and they've just gotten really injured, but we also dealt with our fair share of injuries in that game with DeShazier Everett and Kevin Pierre-Louis, who also, I forgot to mention, Kevin Pierre-Louis had a sack, and he absolutely bulldozed Kyle Juszczyk. So good game by him. Hope him and DeShazier Everett are okay, and let's hope that Alex Smith is good for next week. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, please smash that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and turn on those post notifications. Let's go, guys. 4-game winning streak.